It has come down to this, a national championship matchup that almost no one expected. Two of the lower-seeded teams that had to overcome skeptics and doubters to get into the bracket, win a road game, then win 2 more rounds. And now, in this unlikely matchup, one team will emerge as a very surprising national champion here tonight. Good evening and welcome to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, site of this year's national championship game. As we see the number 11 seed in this playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad from the Pac-12, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit, and this is it, this football season's ultimate game. Time to find out who's going to emerge as national champion. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. The shotgun running play call. He's past the marker and still going. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
Now it's second down here. And he drops back in the gun. Pass rush closing in. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Big moment of the opening drive. They face third down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. There's contact in the throw. Incomplete for a third straight play.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
They'll kick it away here. And that sets up a return. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. gets into space at the 50. Now here he goes. And a huge gain. They finally bring him down at the 11.
Chris, how about that? This guy is a blur with a football in his hands. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
And they finally bring him down at the 5. Offense really threatening now.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
Good pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Touchdown, Ducks. They strike first in this national title bout.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. First down, looking to throw the ball. He's going for a big play downfield. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
What a play by the defensive back here. You have no idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain. The defense is reacting to the offense. The offense knows exactly where they're going when they're running their route. The defender has to try to be very careful to keep his footing underneath him. Sounds simple, but it's not. To come up with that interception while doing that, that is a big-time play.
Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. Looking to throw. It's Moore. Running out of time in the pocket. The sure hands. It's Hughes. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Makes the first on his own, looking for more now. They bring it down, but the game sets up the offense. 1st and goal from the 10. The Ducks looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Looking to score, they'll run it to the left side. He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, he came close to putting this ball into the end zone, but he comes up short. Now we're looking at a 3rd and goal. Boy, the defense is digging in. The offensive line trying to get a good push. I'm curious to see if they try to run the football again here on 3rd and goal.
Strong defense. They stop him right near the line of scrimmage.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on 3rd down, almost pick up the 1st down. What it does, though, is it gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that 1st down.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And they add to their lead.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game. Held him just get 2 yards.
Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Breaks into open space. He's in the clear. The 30. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. They begin to fight back here in this championship game.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
Didn't quite get the playoff in time. It'll be delay of game. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Now the important point after attempt. PAT is good. They still trail, though. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quick completion to the tight end. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. It's a quick shovel pass. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch. Gets the first down in the process.
The Ducks starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Using his legs. It's Hughes. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
In the clear at the 25. They bring him down right at the 20. This offense set up now in the red zone.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And the Ducks are going to cash in this red zone trip. Trying to run it. It's Hughes. They finally stop him at the 8. It'll be 1st and goal.
Chris, that last carry puts him now at 100 yards for the game. He's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop in front of him, then used that burst to pick up some good gains today.
exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. Because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. Motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Man, Chris, even in this condensed space down the red zone, a superior athlete is just eventually going to be a superior athlete. You hesitate for a second, and this guy's going to make you pay, and the defense here was left with the bill.
You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. They'll tackle him at the 27. And the Wolverines looking to run some tempo here.
Pretty good gain here by this offense, and here they are. They're getting already set to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. Defense better get their cleats in the ground.
Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a 1st down.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the 1st down.
And there's the handoff. They've got him down out near the 40.
Boy, between this offensive line and this back, it's been a lot of fun to watch this offense tonight. You know, he's now over 100 yards on the game tonight. This is an evening he'll remember for a long time.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. On the move now. It's a deep shot to the right. Got a man. Catch made. Big play. Finally tackled out the 19, and just like that, the offense has moved into the red zone. Ball handed off. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their 1st timeout. Chance to get right back into this football game. It's 1st down and goal. From the gun, he looks for an open man. He's running out of time here. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
That's a big sack by this defense here on 1st down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a 1st and goal situation.
Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Looking for 6. He's looking for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Risky throw here on 2nd down. You know, small spaces down here can be an issue for any quarterback. Very interested to see what they call here on 3rd down coming up.
And the offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they get set now to try the PAT. The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. started the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. When offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Offense gets set up here. It's third down. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if the offense here can build on this lead before the break. The Ducks will line up on 1st and 10. Trying to find some room. It's Hughes. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. Escapes the pocket. Crosses the 45. Scoots out of bounds after a nice pickup on that running play.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the 2nd and 3rd option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that first down.
The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Handoff heading left. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. The Ducks will come to the line to crank up the tempo. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Here's the 2nd down play. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And tackled after a small pickup there. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams through this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. So on first down, the field goal unit will come out there trying to get 3 points before the half.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. Looks like one more play here before halftime. Testing the right side here. Nowhere to run. No corralling for no gain. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it deep to begin the second half. And the return starts from inside the 20. He's tackled at the 34 after a decent kick return there. The first play of this drive now, they're set up at the 34. First play of the second half was a handoff. Zero running room, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Looking deep to the right side. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he decides to just blow it away. That's going to bring up fourth down now. And the Ducks will line up to punt it away. And the returner will be brought down. First play of the drive. They'll begin at the 38. On the run, it's Haynes. And the defense smothers him for no gain. The Wolverines looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
Well, they come close to hitting a big one here to start this second half in a national championship. And even though they missed that, I think it gives you an idea they're going to open up this playbook. You might as well leave it all on the table when you're playing for all the marbles.
He'll be brought down to the 46, good enough for a first down.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Second down play coming up. Sticking with the running game. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Handoff here from the shotgun. And he will be stuffed for no gain. Head coach keeps the punt team on the sidelines for 4th down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. It is incomplete. A 4th down stop. Turnover on downs.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a 1st down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Heads out of bounds after a solid game.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a hand on it. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out in space.
They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
On the move, trying to scramble for the 1st down, comes up short. An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The Ducks begin a new series here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And tests the middle and gets stuck. That is just not open for business today. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Heads out of bounds after another big gain and a 1st down. This defense has not been able to stop the quarterback run today. The Ducks move into the red zone. He'll hand it off. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Now, this defense is going to have to mix up some looks because this back has had a monster day in the national championship. Running inside, running outside. The defense has got to do a good job of locking in on him to negate his big play ability.
They're going to run it here. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss on the play.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Stop right there at the line. No gain. So here on 4th down, out comes the field goal team. It'll be a 33-yard attempt here. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Return begins inside the 10. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. First play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Looking for some space. It's Haynes. That's strong run defense. Not much of a gain on the play.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. Defense is coming after him. On the run, he'll let it go. What a catch! Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
That's a nice completion here by this Michigan offense. And when Michigan is really clicking, you think about over the years, they've been efficient within that passing game, being able to throw the football to complement a very physical running game. Nice play.
Looking for the wideout. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
I really thought that this matchup between this quarterback and his receivers going up against this defense in a national title would have been must-see TV. But, man, this defense, they have won that battle the entire game, and they enjoy a nice lead because of it.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down.
Chris, I got to be honest. I mean, this is the national championship. We so much out of this quarterback throughout the year and these receivers, and yet here in this biggest stage, they cannot do anything through the air. The timing is off. Now, again, you got to give credit to the defense, but I'm just shocked to see the way they're performing today.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. Looking deep downfield to the left. And it's incomplete on fourth down. The offense will now take over in plus territory.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
This should be the last play of the quarter coming up. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course.
Got it.
They're going to run it. Well, they've got him behind the line. It's a tackle for loss to wrap up the third quarter. Going backwards to open up this series. Second down and 16 now. Same tailback, another carry. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run play.
Breaks into the clear. They make the tackle, but all the way down to the 17.
You know, with the lead in the national championship in the second half, there are a lot of offensive coordinators around the country that would be more conservative, run the ball, keep the clock moving. I love the fact that this offensive coordinator takes a chance here, throws the football, shows the confidence he has in a quarterback, and it really pays off for him.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Same tailback, another carry. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out and do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
So on fourth down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. Net kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And that will extend their lead even further.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. First down. Looking to throw the football. Looking for his big tight end. The freshman is lucky that didn't get picked off. Incompletion makes it second down. Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. They stop him right at the 24. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry up. Try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
The Wolverines lining up here on 1st and 10. He's looking deep here. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to.
And he's looking to make a big play downfield. They lost the receiver down there. He's got it for a big gain. Touchdown, Michigan. Too much speed for the defense. That's a huge touchdown. Still trailing a one-possession game with that trophy on the line right now.
Well, the national championship's on the line. The offense has done their job, and now it's up to their own defense. Can they get a stop and get the ball back to their offense with a chance to make this thing get really interesting?
Team makes the recovery.
Chris, I can't believe they recovered this. This is amazing. The special teams unit does their job. Now it's up to the offense to finish the job. Remember, a field goal doesn't do you any good here. Let's see how they call this series.
Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. There's the first down and more. Tackle finally made at the 37. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Comes down to this in the national championship. Close game. Final minutes. Can this quarterback step up and make a winning play? Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Here we go. Final minutes of this national championship game. Can this quarterback step up and become a hero? The defense all over. They stop him right at the line. And it comes down to this in the national championship. Close game. Final minutes. Can this quarterback looking downfield near the end zone? Touchdown, Wolverines. They jump on top now here in the 4th. This is just quarterback wizardry. An amazing game with a national championship on the line tonight.
This might be as good of a quarterback performance as I've seen in a national championship in some time. The defense has got to try to do something to get him out of sync by trying to blitz or sit back and change up coverage, because what they've called up to this point just isn't working.
Looking right, this one caught. He'll make it into the end zone, so now they lead by a field goal here in the final quarter. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Back to throw. It's Moore. Quarterback looking to scramble. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Here we go. Final minutes of this national championship game. Can this quarterback step up and become a hero? It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down. And it comes down to this in the national championship. Close game. Final minutes. Can this quarterback step up and make a winning play? Oh, what a grab! Tackle made after a big gain.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Here we go. Final minutes of this national championship game. Can this quarterback step up and become a hero? They bring him down, but that's enough to move this offense into the red zone with a first down for 17. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Has a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. A heroic effort here on the biggest stage.
You talk about a big stage and big-time pressure and then delivering. That's what this running back just did to be able to give them this 3-point lead. And if you're smart, you just kick the extra point. That forces your opponent to have to go down and score a touchdown to win the game.
Return here from inside the 15-yard line. And he's brought down after a decent return out of the 31. Here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 31. Looking for a late deep shot. Pass falls incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. Well, the lineman a little too far downfield, like a sheep wandering away from the flock, and that's a costly penalty. And it comes down to this in the national championship. Close game, final minutes. Can this quarterback step up and make a winning play? The pocket breaking down. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
What a great job here by the defender on a deep ball downfield. One of the toughest things to do is get your head turned back, locate the football. He does it perfectly and bats it away.
Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. Now a late timeout is taken. 6 seconds showing on the clock. They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Lets it fly to the wideout. Incomplete, just 3 seconds left. Time for one more play.
Well, you got one final shot still. I don't know if he can get it all the way to the end zone. Hey, but miracles can happen.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Bringing pressure. He's hit just before the throw. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. With the last team standing at the top of the mountain for national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official, your kings of college football and national champions, the Oregon Ducks.